Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we are currently extremely close to being done with this independence war. I do want to make our way through this as quickly as we can. We need to... Apparently this guy left the faction in order to gain a hook on us. That's interesting. It's not all that relevant. He's not the person we were targeting. So we have ticking war score here. What we need to do is make our way up the Nile here and come to where they have been taking over here. That's our goal. We should arrive there quite shortly, although we will be low on supplies the whole way. So we're going to take very heavy attrition along the way. Unless we were to resupply over here. That's a possibility. We might get some resupply here. Let's see if we do. We did not. That's a little bit sad. But off we go. We're going to land up over this way. I'm not sure if this is occupied by them or not. Yes. Yes, it is. Cool. So we're going to land here, and that will get rid of our recently disembarked Malice pretty quickly. We'll take this back, and we're going to then try to resupply over here a bit. We can see they're coming this way. And that's because our numbers are not amazingly good. Okay. Do we want to do this? 31 days. How long would it take us to get here? 22? 30 days to disembark. We should have disembarked over here. We're going to walk our way through here and take casualties, but we will raise up troops at the same time over this way. We need to walk away from them right now. That is definitely true. So away we go while we raise reinforcements in the back line. We're going to move these guys up, and we will group together here. Note how they're now turning around. They have noticed the problem. It's a major problem for them. Now, as we walk through here, we will take attrition once again. But that's actually acceptable. So that's not a problem. And now we'll siege this down in a much safer position. They're now fleeing, and that's to be expected. We will leave behind a siege force here. That should do. And we'll have a siege commander. These, unfortunately, we can't really move up after them because of all of the attrition. But we can move up over here for the time being. Cool. And then we'll move up to Siena as soon as we're done sieging this. There we go. And we can then resupply here if we wanted to. We don't really need to at this exact moment. So we're going to all come up and siege Siena for the moment. That will go very quickly. Now we're going to move up to here. And that will go very quickly as well. As soon as that's done, we move in here. Now we don't take the attrition. We're at 87% war score. And they're all going to pile in here, but we should win this. They're too late. It's very close. We're actually slightly losing it. And we'll go ahead and retreat to here. Cool. Do we actually retreat there? We retreated to here, which is completely fine. I don't hate that. So, slightly poor rolls there result in us losing that battle, but it's not a big deal. We can then come off over this direction. Actually, over this direction. And we're going to come up over here and fight them again. Now, this guy is probably a big part of the reason why we lost that. This guy should have been our leader, most likely. Cool. So we're going to fight them here. This is only a small section of their troops, and we should stack wipe that. We do indeed. Now we're going to come down here and fight these guys. We've outmaneuvered them. We didn't actually catch them there. We don't want to go in too deep here, but they're locked into here. I like it. Should work. If we win this battle, which I believe we will, and we do win that battle, that will end the war. So will this siege. So either of these is fine, but we win the war here. Beautiful. We're going to finish this battle. There we go. And we'll put it on the celebration pier and enforce our demands. Cool. No problem. So that is all dealt with. The question now becomes, what next? I'd like to keep going after this guy repeatedly. But we do have... we need to tick here. That faction will go away. We shouldn't have any more factionalism for, like, the rest of this character's life, in all honesty. It should be completely fine. Yeah, that looks fine to me. Are we still truce to you? Yes. Okay, I do want to get truced to this guy. We're going to have to do a lot of separate wars. Unless... Unless we were to do something like a kingdom invasion. Now, a lot of this we would be required to grant out, right? Like, huge amounts of this we would be required to grant out. But this would get us a lot of this coastline over here. Plus, we would be able to occupy all of this coastline over here. In theory. In theory. We would definitely have to grant out large amounts of internal territory over here. But that's probably reasonably okay. Unless we would actually get the target title. Would we? I don't think we would. We're going to declare this. And he's going to have access to a lot of troops. So this will be a tougher war. We're going to raise up our troops over here. And we're going to look to take all of the provinces that we want. Cool. So how many troops are we going to need? A lot. He brought in a holy order, so he now has like 57,000. Now keep in mind, our actual troop count will be quite a bit higher than this. Or our actual potential troop count is quite a bit higher than that, I should say. We'll make you be our spy master. Sounds good. And we're going to raise up over here. Now, he is sieging some locations up this way. That's fine. He can do that. We're not actually technically interested in getting war score right now. So if he's going to be up there, then we're just going to have a slightly leaner force down here. And we're going to move in over here, looking to siege quickly. Cool. So over we head. We do get a new stewardship lifestyle perk here. We will take War Profiteer. Fantastic. Okay. This is a different person. Okay. Got it. So we're going to move down over here. And we actually want them to do sieging up here. This is something that we do want. Because we want to get very specific locations here. Cool. So we'll siege quickly. And we're just going to siege in a line down here, taking all of their coastal provinces. We just joined the late medieval era. That's nice. Cool. So we don't actually want war score right now. As long as they don't hit 100, we're fine. Cool. And they're going to siege up over here. That's all completely okay. For the time being, we're allowing a lot of our levies to regenerate while running this somewhat leaner force. It's not a hugely lean force, but it's somewhat leaner than it might have been. And we want to grab all of this. We also want to grab, ideally, all of this and all of this. It's going to be a lot to try to do. for sure. Okay. So we're currently at 25% war score. We're definitely out-sieging them. But we're going to hit 100% from occupation soon. And that's good. We want that. That is absolutely something that we want. This is a very greedy war. There's no doubt about it. They're up here. Looks good to me. I really wish Paradox would fix the middle click and drag sometimes not working until you open up the situation log, but sure. Okay, so we're going to have this area done soon. Once we're done with this coastline, then we're probably going to embark and come up here. And then we're going to come down this way. Man, there's so much. Well, we don't need all of this, right? Only to here. So that should be fine. We're losing sieges, and this is good. We want to lose sieges. We want them to currently have ticking war score as well. For the moment, that's all completely fine. It's not possible for us to win this war right now. This is a peasant uprising and obnoxious. Okay. We'll split off a force here to deal with that, I think. We have more troops than we need here. So we're going to split off these guys. We'll keep around 10k here. And this force is going to come over here. We're going to give them a commander. There we go. Cool. So we'll get those sieges done. We'll come over here and defend this territory. And now we're going to embark and come land here. Beautiful. We do require a new steward, so we'll go ahead and put one in. What are they doing up here? They're still just sieging in this area. I like it. We're not going to put up any attempts to resist that. For the moment, these guys are going to... I'm thinking about having them come up over here in order to resupply. Okay. So we're going to come up here and land. We want all of this coast. We're 81% from occupation. That's good. Cool. We are going to have to take some of their territory soon enough. Some of the territory up here. So that they no longer have ticking. But for the time being, let's see here. That's our next location. Cool. So currently, we would get this if we were to end the war. That's part of... Okay, got it. So we're getting kind of close at this point. Kind of close. We need to continue up over here. These guys have arrived in this location, and we're going to spread them out and spread them out again. We are explicitly not trying to get war score right now. So they're grouped up over here, and we can see their full army there. That's good. That's very good for us. The more time we have here, the better. Oh, what did we miss here? Oh, this castle is part of that county. Okay, got it. Didn't realize that, but that's fine. And we're just keeping an eye on their troops up here. It's completely okay. No worries. Cool. So there's another county. This county only has the single castle, looks like. Fantastic. And yes, we're at 45% war score right now. We're not going to get more war score at the moment. That's fine. We're not currently attempting to get more war score. So we'll continue to siege. I don't know who this guy is. This infatuation ends today. And we're going to head up this way. Sure, we'll visit the royal court. We'll get some roast swan, and we'll fix the smell problem. Fantastic. Our heir is currently unmarried, and we should probably think about doing something about that. There we go. Now I'm going to dip down over to Julfar here, and we're going to siege that just to take their Defender Controls War Target Malice away. We're not going to get that ticking war score, for the record. That's not going to happen. But what we can do is we can dip down over here real quick and make sure that that's no longer on their side. Cool. And then we will continue our siege up this way. There we go. Okay, so they have 3 castles over here. Cool. So that now means ticking war score is on no one's side, which is exactly what we want here. We want no ticking war score for the moment. Challenge for artifact, we decline. They're just running around over here. Looks good to me. Okay. 2 months on this siege. That's going to be a bit of a lengthy one, but we've got a number of sieges to still do over here, for sure. This is what we would get if the war ended right now. Of course, a lot of this in here, again, is not going to be ours. We already know that. We're going to have to grant it independence. Although, because of the way that that ends up happening, some of it will be able to be diplo-vassalized later, which is nice. We'll head up to here. These sieges will go very quickly. Cool. Did I see that we became obese? We did, but we are already working on losing weight. Cool. Okay. We'll continue these sieges, checking in on their forces up here. They're just kind of sitting there, not doing anything. I like it. They're going to lose their entire coastline if they keep this up. So that's great. This will save us a lot of time and a lot of future wars. Okay. This siege will finish. There we go. And checking in on what we'll get now. That's what we'll get for right now. We're getting very close. So this is the only castle in this county. We'll need to siege these 2, this one, and this one, I believe. We'll come up here first. Actually, we have to pass by this one first. We may as well stop here. This castle's irrelevant, actually. I thought that was part of this county, but it's not. So that's beautiful. They're mostly just sitting here. I like it. We have a new perk available, and we may as well take Hergeld so that we are losing less money. That'll be great. Only a couple more sieges left on this side. Beautiful. They're still just sitting here. I don't know why they're doing that, but I'm not going to complain. Okay. Checking in over here, no issues so far. Beautiful. So this final siege is happening. These guys retreated right into us. Rude. But this final siege is now happening. Once that's done, we will embark. Because we have this whole coast. Then, we can make our way down to... Oh, we didn't have them selected. We can then make our way down to here. Cool. Because then we need to take this coast. And then we can think about ending the war. So we're going to want to eventually raise additional troops over here. Or more specifically, these guys are probably going to want to walk northward. Somewhere up over... around the Cairo area. But we're not going to do that just yet. So you guys can all stop. Cool. We have quite a lot of territory that we want to take yet. So we're going to come over here, siege this down. These sieges should once again go very quickly. Beautiful. So we need to go up to here, along the coast. All of these islands are included. We'll have to attack Lamia for these islands, but that's something we can do later. Cool. So we're going to need to defeat their armies, of course. They are taking attrition up here. So that's really good for us. Just looking at our sieges over here, this is our next target. Cool. If we do end up gaining the kingdom title out of this, we're not required to hand out that territory. But I don't expect that we will get the kingdom title, so I am currently planning on handing out that territory. All of this internal territory in here that we're not allowed to hold. That's the current plan. They're just sitting here, allowing us to do this. I'm very confused. Well, we're going to arrive down here in about 35 days. This will be the next target. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sieges left. That's going very well. We do have a dynasty legacy available here. We'll take generational belligerence. Cool. So we're going to come on down over this way. We now have, I believe, 4 sieges left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 still. Okay. Just double checking that. Most of these will go, well, some of them will go quite quickly. Some of them will go somewhat quickly. Cool. Checking in on their troops. Checking in on this area up here. All looks good. Fantastic. Sure, show in the Duchess. The Duchess? The Duchess. She is now the Duchess for all time, presumably. Our hook on this guy will expire soon. I guess we may as well demand a payment on it. There's nothing else we can really do. Okay, after this one, 3 sieges to go. Cool. We should think about starting to raise up troops soon. And I'm going to do it now. We're going to head up over here. We'll arrive there in 18 days. This guy... Wait, what? I guess he no longer wants to purchase a truce. Cool. Well, we're going to raise up our troops over here, and we're going to finish this up. We're going to group everybody up and then head on up. Okay, now he wants the truce. We can't attack him, so that's accepted. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to head up over this direction. Wait a second. Okay. That's correct. 1 siege to go. I'm going to group all of these guys together up over here. Beautiful. This siege will be done in 40 days. I was hoping it'd be a little bit faster than that. But we have 75,000 troops here. So we're going to come land over there. These will follow along behind as soon as they're done. Okay. They'll follow along behind. Let's ensure that everything that we want is currently occupied. It is. Beautiful. So off we go. We'd like to await our reinforcements here. Although, realistically, we could come in here. Oh, we're already locked in. Okay. We're going to await our reinforcements and hope that that recently disembarked goes away shortly. And we're going to come up this direction. So once these guys are there, they're going to follow along. Okay. Recently disembarked is now gone. We're going to come up here and fight some of them. Beautiful. And they're now going to be stacked in here. This is going to go very poorly for them. This might end the war right here. That's huge. It didn't end the war, but it was really, really close. We're going to siege back some of these locations, and that will end the war. We need a new marshal. This queen will absolutely do the trick. I want to double check once again, making absolutely sure that everything we want is in this. It is. So we're at 92% right now. This is almost going to get us there, but I think not quite. Oh, it did. Beautiful. Okay. This is a huge war. Absolutely huge. Look at all that. Now, we'll see if we get the kingdom level title. Much of this needs to be granted out. Did we get the kingdom level title of Arabia? No. We can create it, but that's not how this rule set works. So, we're going to have to grant a lot of independence here. We're going to gain stress for all of these, unfortunately. So, we need to grant independence to these guys. This needs to be granted out. And we need to grant independence here as well. This guy needs independence. There's going to be a lot of these, and we're going to build up a lot of stress doing it. So this guy... Nope. This guy needs to be granted independence. There we go. This one gets granted independence. These do not... Oh, he had that territory. Okay. Technically, he didn't need to be granted independence. I have to be a little bit more careful about that. So, like, this guy. Technically, he doesn't get granted independence. These do not. This guy does. Okay. This does as well. This does. This needs to be granted out to a noble first, and then get granted independence. Okay. This guy gets granted independence. This guy. And we're now level 2 stress. This guy gets independence. This guy does not. This guy does. And this guy does as well. Okay, is that all of them? I believe that's all of them. Yes. Cool. Technically, we didn't have to grant this guy independence. We'll reconquer him later on. We should have a truce there. Yeah. We'll disband our troops, and I believe we also have ourselves... Yeah, the end of that war. Sure. I believe we also have 40 domain holdings that we need to grant out. That's something that we can do next episode. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Casserole, JJ Gamer, ALS Gamer, Kentwin, Jensgram, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Video Games Are Not Real, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.